Clipper Round the World Yacht Race on Nevis Radio.
For health and safety, we didn't want to wear big shoes, so we had some normal trainers, but the handlers were no uncertain terms. They were like, do not hit the mascots with like feet ahead, like it'll ruin the illusion. Okay. On we have.
Right.
So, RNLI, a charity that saves lives at sea. You'll have just seen some footage of the Oban lifeboat heading out on a shout as well. Earlier on this week, our presenter Viv caught up with the RNLI lifeboat crew to find out what exactly they do and what these guys are raising money for.
So, tell me how it's going here.
No, we've had a busy turnout. It's been good. We've had a few visitors, a lot of people asking questions, getting to see what the RNLI lifeboats like. But no, it's been a nice afternoon.
So do you expect to be busy during this week?
This week the weather's good here in Oban. There's a lot of people out in the water, so it's likely that we might well be called out a few times this week. Yeah.
How long have you been on this boat?
I've been with the RNLI for 27 years now. We've had this boat for just over 2 years. She was new to us, but yeah, she's a good boat, a Shannon class. Yeah.
And the rest of your crew, are they volunteers or how does that bit work?
Yeah, here in Oban we have 2 full-time members of staff, and then the rest of it's made up by people like myself that are volunteers. There's about 22 in the crew, and so yeah, we share it between everyone for time on and cover duties, so the boat's always manned 24/7 all year round. Yeah.
And I guess when you get the call out, you don't know what it is, that the nature of the thing that you're going to have to go to.
No, not at all, no. The pager could go any time of day or night, and until you arrive at the station, you'll speak to the Coast Guard, they'll give us an update on the incident, and we'll take it from there. So it could be many different things, yeah. It could be anything through the night, yeah.
Now, earlier we were hearing about babies being born on board.
Oh, yeah.
Have you experienced that?
Yes, I've been on for two out of the 4 babies born on board the lifeboats, yeah. So yeah, we haven't had any born on the new boat here, but it's quite a special moment, and it's good when it all goes well for mum and kids. So it's quite a unique thing to be part of.
So is that part of your training, how to help someone give birth?
No, not at all. No, the RNLI are really good at training the crew. We do a lot of work, originally first aid and now casualty care, but it's not really covered in our remit.
Well, it obviously is if you've had 4 babies on your watch.
I know, we're really lucky. So we work along with the NHS and with Ambulance Scotland. So we quite often have to do medivacs through the night because there'll be no ferries running, and so we cover a huge area with all the different islands, and we'll take paramedics or midwives with us if we know we're going to something like this, and we're there to transport them there and back. But yeah, sometimes we're quite lucky to be there as part of it, yeah.
I think that sounds really exciting. So are you looking for more volunteers or more support? How can people help the RNLI?
If they go online, the RNLI, yeah, there's a lot online on the website of how could help. We've got a lot of always been needing helpers, volunteers for fundraising particularly. It's all funds raised, the RNLI. It's entirely reliant on the public's donations, so it's a big thing for us. If people can help out, we're quite often looking for crew. We'll do a recruitment drive. There'll probably be one coming up later this year, start next year maybe, and we'll take on, because it takes between 12 to 18 months to get a crew member trained up to a standard whether they're able to come out to sea and help save lives. So it's a continual process of training. So yeah, we're always after people, yeah.
I think it sounds really exciting. And you could help a young mum give birth too, so that could be a bonus. Well, thank you so much.
No,
I think we've got some good film and some really good audio, so thank you.
No bother, thanks for coming down. Thanks, guys.
Very interesting stuff from Viv and the RNLI team there. If you want to find out more, you can check out the website at rnli.org, especially if you'd like to donate. Next up, we're going to be catching up with Kathy, who is part of the Argyll and Isles Tourism Cooperative, about all things tourism, not just here in Oban, but across Argyll. The Clipper event in Oban is not just been organised by one or two people. Earlier this week we did have a chat with Jim from the council, and today we're joined with Kathy from the Argyll and Isles Tourism Cooperative. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning. Yeah, good. Great, thanks.
Did you order the weather?
We did, and it's arrived just on time. It's fantastic.
So, no refunds, we're keeping it.
Yeah, we are keeping it.
So part of the Clipper event, I know you've been actively involved, we've been in a number of meetings and your face pops up on the Teams. What has been your role within this?
So part of the organising committee, so making sure that as Clipper crew come in, we give them a fantastic Oban welcome, which has been delivered tenfold. And then what we do is we help promote to visitors who are coming to see Clipper and to the crew all the different things they can do, not just in Oban, but in the whole of Argyll and the Isles area. So our job really is to make sure that this event helps to maximise the understanding, the knowledge and the desire to come and travel to Argyll and the islands.
Indeed, obviously us being Nevis Radio, we're quite fresh to the Oban area, but as you mentioned, Argyll's bigger than that. I mean, what kind of area do you cover?
Yeah, so it's a broad area that basically we go all the way up to sort of Colin, Tyree, and all the way down to Carradale and Kintyre, it's quite a big area. It's the second actual largest local authority area in Scotland, so it's a much bigger area than I think people understand. Slightly confused by the local authority called Argyll and Bute, but of course it's much broader than the island of Bute.
It is quite large. I mind last year we actually had to go do an event for another organisation. I thought, that's fine, that's just below 4 hours it took me to get there. It's like, this is so far away. So with that, I guess destination management and the tourism parts and making sure people are aware of what you can do is part of your job.
Oh, 100%. So we run two visitor-facing brands, so Wild About Argyll and Love Oban websites and social media channels. And our job really is in the pre-planning stage. So what we do is we help visitors understand what there is to do in the destination, the fantastic experiences, accommodation, the restaurants, the cafes, or everything that they will need to have, whether it's a weekend, whether it's a day trip, or whether it's their week's holiday. So our job is to help them understand the area and go and visit our fantastic businesses.
Totally. I mean, I think most places, especially in coastal towns like here and up in Fort William where we're based, you kind of look at the summer season, it's like, tourist season, it's going to be busy, you can't get places. But you need that. That's important. That's what gets you through the winter most of the time.
Well, it is important, but Argyll is such a large area. What we really want to do is we want to encourage people to slow down, spend some more time, but to travel around the area. So we want people to get down into Kintyre. We want people not just to kind of do the island hopping, but to spend some time in Oban itself rather than just pass through. We want people to go to Mid Argyll and see what there is to see there. So we're trying to introduce people to the idea that Argyll is a journey, and there's lots of different parts that you should come back and see if you don't get time to see them on your first trip.
That's it. I guess, from my perspective as a bit of an audio geek, when I go to events, I like looking behind the scenes, and you always find these little hidden gems. You go, that was really cool. And I guess tourism is a bit like that. You can look at the headline, but there's a whole pile more stuff behind it.
That's 100% right. Some of our small islands, beautiful Gia, Kerrera, Lismore, Cole, Tyree. What's so unique about this area is every destination has its own personality, its own landscape that's a little bit different. It's not the same everywhere that you go, and of course its own community and culture. So that's why I fell in love with this area, because everywhere's a magic gem. I've yet to find somewhere that doesn't live up to its reputation of Scotland's adventure coast and how fantastic it is around here.
Indeed. And obviously this week with the Clipper event in the Oban area, it's brought a whole pile of vibrancy and colour. You can say we're in Oban Bay at the moment. You can see there's banners all around the place. It must be pretty nice feeling after months. I think it's 8-9 months we've been doing meetings. Organise this to actually see it happening. How's your feeling about that?
It's a thrill, isn't it? I mean, to see the Clipper yachts in the bay and all the colours. But more than that, I love to sort of get out and about into the surrounding areas, because it's not just about Oban, and see the Clipper crew T-shirts. So they literally do spread out across the whole area. So I was down in Appin the other day, and there was Clipper crew there. Last time they were here, we had people up in Fort William, people down in Inverary. So they do utilise the space. Friends and family come and meet the crew, and they go and explore. And some of them, many of them, have never been to Scotland before. And when the Clipper race came last time, and I spoke to a lot of crew, they said they were absolutely coming back. They fell in love with it.
Totally. I mean, some of the crew we spoke to said, like you're saying, they're travelling about. We had one guy going to Inverness this week. We had someone doing some hills this week because they've been stuck on a yacht for ages. So it's nice to give the variance of choice of, you can go to a city, town, you can be in the middle of nowhere, you can go up a hill, you can spend some more time on the water. But I guess you've got all that through Argyll and Bute as well, because you've got scenery and terrain for everything.
There's everything you could want here. So if you want something fairly gentle and you want to stay in a town, you want to sample the restaurants and just have a gentle stroll around the harbour, when obviously Oban is perfect for that, but there are other areas as well. But there's so much activity. So if you're looking for something that's a bit more adventurous, we have many fantastic wildlife boat trip people. You can hire a bike, you can go walking, you can go hiking. We've got so much to offer. There isn't anything really that you can't do in Argyll and Bute if you're looking for either a mild or a wild adventure in Argyll.
Mild or wild, I like that. I'll have to remember that one. So for anyone maybe watching this on YouTube thinking, that looks like a really nice place to be, come to Argyll basically. But any sort of highlights you could think of where they could go and Google up and find out some stuff?
Well, I think the purpose of our website is to help you do your trip planning. So have a look at Wild About Argyll, which will give you a picture of the whole of Argyll and the islands, or have a look at Love Oban, which concentrates on Oban and the nearby islands. So those are two websites that will really support you in your trip planning. Definitely come and experience it for yourself.
There you go, get that in the old browser, give it a wee favourite save, and that's next year's holiday sorted out. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The Atlantic homecoming leg right here in Oban. I say we did catch up there with Kathy from the Argyll and Isles Tourism Cooperative. Next up, we're going to be catching up with London Business School, which is quite apt really, because while you're having a watch at that, we're going to go check out the businesses in and around Oban. London Business School, good morning, how are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
We're having a morning of it so far. You've also got another member of the crew with you. Who's this wee guy?
This is Teddy, and he's travelled the world with us all. He was a mascot given to me by my parents, and he's from Donegal Lifeboat in Northern Ireland.
Okay, was that from the lifeboat or were they just given to you as a present?
It was given to me from the lifeboat, but my parents work with the lifeboat in Northern Ireland.
Awesome stuff. And sorry, I didn't catch your name, so what was your name?
Bob.
Bob.
Yeah.
Okay, and what's your part in this? What have you done in terms of the Round the World Yacht Race?
I've circumnavigated, so I've done from Portsmouth and we'll finish in Portsmouth. I've done the whole thing, and I have my role on the boat is bosun, so I try to repair things.
Okay, so I'm not too familiar with some of the terminology. A bosun is a repair person.
More or less, yes. He's a handy guy. He's the guy who has to do all the rubbish stuff, like
all the not so fun stuff,
and fix toilets.
Oh, lovely, yeah.
Toilets, yeah.
That's a very important job, I'd imagine.
Yes.
So obviously you mentioned about doing a full circumnavigation. Is this the first time you're doing that?
Yes. Yeah.
And how have you found it?
It's been awesome. There's highs and lows and all these things, but we've seen things that we'd never see without, around the world, the wildlife, the weather, the waves, the storms. It's been superb, all of it.
And with that, is there any sort of specific parts that stand out, or is it just one of those lifetime experiences you just won't forget the whole thing?
I think it'll take time to reflect on what's been the best bits. But for me, leg one was probably the best leg. It had everything. Really bad storms, good sailing, good weather, and a really good crew. So it's just one of the and it's a learning leg as well. So it's been awesome.
Okay, and have you had sailing experience before this?
I've done a little bit of sailing, but nothing like this. Nothing like this.
Would you compare this to anything you could do on a yacht other than go around the world?
I don't think so. No, this is an experience. I mean, it's sailing, but this is big boat sailing, blue water sailing. It's a bit intense.
It does look it in some of the footage we see, to be fair. Some of it looks like this, and you think, I'm up for a bit of that. And then you see the next clip and you go, nah, really not.
We've seen a bit of this out on the ocean, believe it or not, with no wind, flat calm, and it's rather boring. But it's you need wind.
Need a bit of wind. Well, obviously, with wind you get waves as well.
Waves, but you're racing. You can't race if you've got no wind.
Very true.
Yes.
And in terms of the race, we were chatting to one of the other crew members earlier on today, and they were talking about it's quite exciting when you can see another yacht. Did you get to see many of the other yachts during the race?
It's quite ironic. We're sailing thousands and thousands of miles, and we disappear from each other for quite a while, and then all of a sudden, 2,000 miles in, you've got another clipper within a mile of you. So it will all sort of come together at some point.
There's always a little bit of excitement when you can see another yacht close by.
We try and go faster.
Does it kind of spur you on to go a bit faster when you see them?
Oh yes, and they get really annoyed if they go past you.
I can understand that one.
Very much.
Indeed. Now, I say with obviously going round, the crew might change throughout. Have you sort of made a lot of new friends that you might keep in touch with after this?
No. Nice bit. Stop it. It's probably actually one of the things that from Clipper is probably the biggest thing is the friends that you meet. They'll be lifetime friends because you know the inside of people. You know you talk to lots of the same people for a short period of time, and you get to know everything about them and become real good mates.
I guess it's a shared experience as well, isn't it? It's something unique.
It is very unique, and so there's not many people will have circumnavigated in the first place, but there's not many people who do blue water sailing like this. So it's you've got friends for life.
Pretty awesome stuff. And in terms of going on from this experience, do you do much sailing yourself? Have you got a boat yourself?
No, I live somewhere. I live in Leicester in the UK, and Leicester is the furthest city from water in the United Kingdom. So I've got friends who I will sail with, and there's guys on the boat who own their own boat. So hopefully I'll do some sailing with them.
Okay, so being that far from water, then how did you get involved in this?
It was my 60th birthday, and I wanted to do something a bit special, and this popped up in my inbox, and the rest sort of followed through, and I just carried on.
And do you think you'd do it again?
No.
No.
I won't not circumnavigate again. I'll carry on sailing, but I'm not gonna. I wouldn't circumnavigate. I don't think. No.
That's fair play. I mean, it's quite a feat on its own. So I mean, I don't imagine it's for everyone to do time and time again. But it's something to tick off in the book, I guess.
It's a long time. It's 11 months of your life. Mm-hmm. So you have to stop, put your life on hold, and then move on. So yeah. So I don't think I don't think I could afford the time to do it again.
But you've done it now, so it's all
I've
good.
done it. I've ticked the box.
Yeah, fair play. And for yourself, sorry, your name was Tony, I believe.
Yes, hello.
And what's your story? How did you get involved in this?
I've known about Clipper for a long time, and then it just became a very, I guess, rash midlife COVID crisis decision that I made back in 2020, and thought, if I'm not going to do this, if I'm going to do it, when am I going to do it? And it just sort of snowballed from there. I started looking into it more and did the interview and decided, I was going to go around the world with Clipper.
And take everything. Now, going by the accent, where is it you're from?
I'm from New Zealand originally, but I live in Melbourne, Australia.
Okay, so did you join there at some point, or did you have to come to Portsmouth, or how did it work?
Come to Portsmouth, yeah. So everything goes out of Portsmouth, so yeah.
So I gather there's about over 50 nationalities involved in the race. Have you sort of learnt a few different cultures, maybe a few different mannerisms from different places?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it is a very multicultural boat. Well, they all are, I guess. The whole race is, and that's one of the wonderful things about it. And you get to know people and their mannerisms very well indeed. And
you're part of the crew. What did you have a specific role?
I was watch leader there's two boats. Crew's broken down into two watches, two watch leaders. I was one of those. So looking after the crew, making sure everyone gets on deck on time, gets out of bed, that sort of thing.
Okay, so what we've picked up from terminology so far is the watch is the people on deck at the time,
yes,
and you take shifts. Is that right?
So you've always got one watch on deck, sailing the boat, and one watch off, and they're generally sleeping. You get pretty tired, so you're generally in your bunk if you're not on deck.
Just getting a bit of downtime. And when you're going around, and obviously it starts getting a bit rough, do you manage to get some sleep?
Yes. You tend. I don't sleep very well in the heat, so on the hotter legs, I don't sleep very much. But the cooler legs, coming up here was very nice. I was able to get in my sleeping bag, get cosy, and get some good kip. So it was nice.
Okay, so we're on the west coast of Scotland. It's a lovely day, as you can see. You talk about the heat. This is roasting for us. Yeah. What is a hot leg in terms of a sailing trip?
You're probably getting into the high 30s on deck, and then below deck it can get into the high 40s. There's very little ventilation down there, so the deck obviously absorbs a lot of heat and then just radiates it back down into the cabin below, and it can get really unpleasantly hot down.
That's something I never considered, because you can't actually relay that on a picture or a video as the atmosphere and the temperature, and I'm guessing it gets quite stuffy as well.
Yes, well you could, because everyone's wandering around in their underwear most of the time, so you get a fair idea of what hot looks like.
So I take it out on deck for a bit of breeze. I mean, when you're off shift, are you allowed to be on the deck, or is it kind of you're in the way at that point?
No, you're definitely allowed to be on deck if you're off shift.
the danger is that you'll get asked to do something, so yeah, like change a sail or rescue a code out of the water or something like that. So codes are the big spinnakers at the front, so they can often be a bit troublesome. So.
Got you. Okay. And we've been walking between the yachts doing a few bits of filming as well. We've noticed there's quite a lot of ropes along. Well, I'm told there's only one rope on a boat or a yacht. So do you know roughly how much you've got on there?
I have no idea.
No. We've been trying to figure out as well. But
kilometres of the stuff, yeah.
A fair bit. And within that, I mean, have you got to learn how all of that works, or is this kind of a shared thing?
Everyone, yeah, so especially around the world, by the time you've done 2 legs, you know pretty much everything, how everything works on the boat and what all the lines do. Yeah, it takes a little while to get into it, but after 1 or 2 legs, you've pretty much got it down pat. It's yeah.
Okay, and a bit of a shared question for you both. If you've both gone around the world on London Business School, parked over here, moored over here, got to get it right, are you going to miss it? Are you going to miss sleeping on the yacht?
I don't think I'll miss sleeping. No, I'll miss the people.
Miss the people.
Same answer. I'm not going to miss sleeping on the yacht, but I will definitely miss the people. That's a huge part of why it's been so amazing. It's the people we've done it with.
Indeed. I guess it's that whole learning different cultures, different things, different angles as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just different people you would never meet in your regular life, and you come together and you go through these extreme highs and extreme lows, and you're living in a 70-foot yacht with 20 people, and you become very close to them very quickly. Yeah.
I can imagine. And for anyone maybe watching, can you give any thoughts to them if they're thinking, "Can I do this? Is it for me?" What would you say?
I would say if you're thinking about it and it's in your head, then you should definitely look into it. It's an incredible experience. You'll never regret doing it. It's something that you should have a good hard look at if it's in your head already. Yeah.
That'd be all right for you as well?
Yeah, absolutely. You won't know you can do something until you've actually had to investigate it, go on the internet, speak to the guys at Clipper, and they'll talk you through it. It's a hell of an experience. You'll never get a second chance at this.
No, it's bucket list stuff, really.
Yes, very much. I think there's more people climb Everest than do what we've done.
That's quite a cool statistic, actually. That's quite smart. And yourself, Michelle, I'll bring you in over here so we can keep your yacht in the background if you like. I believe you've not done a full trip, but I believe you've done 5 legs. Is that right?
So I joined at leg 5, and I'm going through to the end till leg 8, so back into Portsmouth. But I'm returning crew from the 1920 race when that race was suspended because of COVID. So I was able to defer my position and come back and join these guys for this edition.
Okay, so you said you start from leg 5. Where was that?
Airlie Beach in Australia.
Oh, a nice sunny place.
It was another very hot place, much like this. So it was a great start. And then sailed from there over to Subic Bay, which is where my last race had finished.
Okay, so I guess collectively you've probably managed the whole thing. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, definitely. A little bit more. I've done leg 5 twice now.
And now speaking to a couple of other crew members, they said that was quite a long leg. How long was it roughly for your crew?
I can't remember. It seems like such a long time ago.
18 days.
Was it?
Yeah.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Felt a lot longer.
Now with that, one of the things that sort of sparked our interest, obviously, to be fair, we don't really know about these things. We're learning as we go. Is eating on these yachts. How is it for your crew for organising some food?
Well, we have an amazing victualler called Lucy, so she stocks the boat, goes off shopping, and then we have to share out who does cooking, which is one of my least favourite roles on board. It's not my strong point.
She's got better.
Yeah, and I think when we were talking about the heat, where it's kind of like it is 45 degrees below deck, and then you realise you're cooking curry for 20 people, and then it's more like 55 degrees. It's quite hard, and an angle. And then you find out it's Sundowners Day, so you've got to do canapes as well.
Okay, right, yeah, that's fair. One of the crews mentioned they did cakes every now and then as well. Did you have much treats to have through the journey?
Lots and lots of treats. Loads of stuff.
Pretty much run on treats.
Yeah, we didn't really need to cook because we had so many great treats coming out the bag every day. But yeah, we could do a bit of baking. But again, I try and avoid the oven as much as possible. So it would just be bags of sweets, crisps, biscuits.
All the good stuff.
Yeah, healthy diet.
And obviously you mentioned there you started from leg 5 up to where we are now, and obviously going back down to Portsmouth. What got you into the idea of doing this? I know you said you did it before, but what was the interest to get you into the idea of sailing?
It was just doing something different and not wanting to do the norm. It's like something else out there rather than just going in and just doing a 9-to-5 job. So for me, I don't like to rush into anything. This has been 10 years for me. So I originally signed up in August 2016. So I do feel I've got my money's worth out of this.
Yeah.
So, and I think Bob's saying you don't get a second chance, but I did. So, yeah, coming back. So it's going to be strange not to have it in my life. But yeah, it was just wanting to do something different. And I think having that break and coming back, I've reflected a lot more on it and really appreciated being back for a second time. And yeah, it's incredible. It's flipping awful at times, but it is also incredible. And yeah, I wouldn't change it.
And what did you do before this, like for a day job? It was like admin based, or what did you do?
Yeah, I work for a cybersecurity company, and then who have kindly given me some time off work to come back and do this. And yeah, so it'll be back to work soon, which I
Lovely.
Can't wait to get to all those emails.
I can imagine. Now, speaking to a couple of our crew members, they were talking about saying there's the contrast between taking time out of a day job, if you like, and doing something completely different, and other people using transferable skills within what they've done. How would you sort of rate that compared to maybe your 9-to-5, if you like? Would you say it's complete contrast?
No, I'm quite good at bossing people around, so project management, I'd say. Would you agree? Yeah.
Very good.
Process.
That's two nodding heads, so you've done well there.
Yeah.
Reorganising.
Yeah, reorganising. Yeah, definitely. So restructuring. Yeah. Great.
So with that, did you have a role on the yacht, or was it just a varied role between everything?
General bossy boots, I think that was it. Yeah. So yeah, I just came in to wind these two up. But
well, why not? You got one more leg to do that.
Yeah.
Chief Operating Officer.
Yes.
Yeah. I think last time I was team coordinator, which is kind of a role that is, quite full on, and Tony did a part of that, didn't you, with Ollie? But this one, I kind of just stepped back and just slotted in. Oh no, hang on, I was senior vice president of global operations and logistics. Yeah.
Yes.
That was a stopover manager, known to others.
Yeah. He's going to expand the detail.
Yeah.
That's it. Got to make up a good title to go with it, I'm sure.
Yeah,
so. With that, obviously, we've arrived in Oban. You've brought the weather with us, so thank you very much for that. What have you been getting up to around Oban?
We had a great prize giving last night. Fantastic ceilidh. So I think there's still a few bruises coming out. Felt like I've been in a fight at the end of it.
Sounds like a ceilidh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a great ceilidh. Going to go and see the Highland Games, I think, on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
What else have we been up to? Oh, there's what's the band that's on tomorrow?
Skerryvore playing. They're playing over there in the Cornhalls.
I'm going to see that. You're going, aren't you,
I'm
Bob?
going as well.
Yeah.
Skerryvore.
So looking forward to that. And just like wandering around the place.
We had a lovely crew dinner over on
Oh yeah.
the island.
Yeah. Fabulous.
I've been down to Tobermory on a rib.
I've noticed this. The number of crew I've spoken to have come into port and think, great, you're on dry land. What are you going to do? We're going to go back out on a boat.
One preferably without sails. Yeah.
Right, okay. Engine's a bit different.
With its own source of propulsion.
Yes.
Oh, good stuff. And so obviously from here back down to Portsmouth and then back to everyday life, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we've got the decommissioning to do, so we've kind of got to take the boats apart. So they'll be in Portsmouth for a couple of days for the public to see and try and get some new people signed up for the next edition, and then they go back over to Gosport, and then the sad task of cleaning and taking them apart and getting them ready to hand back. And yeah,
these are all the bits they don't tell you in the brochure, I assume.
No, yeah, deep clean.
Weren't mentioned.
Yeah.
They don't put that.
In the bilges. Yeah.
No, but I guess it's all part of it. But I guess if you guys have been with it a long time, I guess quite happy to sort of do that, finish it off and put it to bed.
Yeah, it's part of the job.
Yeah.
It's part of the job. You start it and you finish it. Put the boat to bed, as it were.
Yeah. Good stuff. And well, I say, as it's a sunny day, I better let you crack on with it and enjoy it and enjoy Oban.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Simon. Thank you.
Thank you. The Clipper Round the World Yacht Race on Nevis Radio.
The new house extension is complete and the future looks bright. So we have 3 main depots in Scotland, Inverness, Dundee and of course Newhouse, supported by 2 smaller outbases in Oban and Dumfries. Across Scotland we deliver to around 8,000 customers per week. The investment has been fantastic in Scotland. It gives us the opportunity to put the product closer to our customer. We have fully stocked chill, produce and meat chambers, allowing us to offer fresh and local products for our customers.
What excites me about the extension is we are now holding all fresh, frozen and ambient products locally. All fresh products are delivered directly into Newhouse for best quality and shelf life.
Feels great to be part of such a major investment. It enables us to work with more local suppliers to deliver an expanded range of fresh and meat for next day delivery, really future-proofing our business for years to come. Bringing customers to the site and showcasing what we have to offer is really important.
By bringing them into the depot, letting them see the fresh produce that we're supplying, the meat as well from Campbell's, just seeing how good our Scottish produce is. As we get different produce in throughout the year, seasonal produce, we can suggest these products to them and suggest they put them on their menu while they're at their best.
We have created 2 quality assurance roles to support our fresh proposition. We have terrific colleague retention rates across Scotland, and also in addition we have a number of families working in our facilities, which demonstrates a real one-team approach. Due to the extension, we've been able to install solar panels, which contributes over 12% of the site's energy needs.
The extension is fantastic. It allows us to hold more stock locally on site and service our customers better by getting on the road much earlier in the morning. Being in this location where we are at Newhouse, we're able to access easy routes through to Glasgow and Edinburgh in the M8, as well as access to the north and south.
My typical day is I start between 4 and 5 in the morning, pick up paperwork, vehicle checks, make sure my stock's all correct. From there I leave to my first customer. A big perk of the job is building on the relationship with their customers and getting to know them.
A lot of the produce we get is very fresh, comes when we need it, on time, early in the morning, which allows my chefs and stuff enough time to get their prep done. Good variety as well in terms of their fresh fruit and veg for our cocktails.
The convenience for our teams to be able to go online, place their orders, save the favorites on their shopping list, but also the support that we receive not only from our accounts manager, Gail, but also from the development chefs. Briggs is going to be supplying us with more and more local produce, which aligns with our values of sustainability.
100% of our range stocked locally for next day delivery.
Everything you need from apples to Z-fold napkins.
Help to develop and grow your food offering.
Your fresh marketplace.
Giving back to the local community.
Serving you better.
Look after the land like you're going to farm forever.
Every day we enjoy doing what we do.
We do our best to grow the best crops possible. We've got a multitude of suppliers spread right across the country, and that's just enabling us to stay in as high availability as we possibly can and keep the quality high too.
What our fresh direct customers want in terms of perfection on a plate.
The other interesting thing with the industry at this moment in time is innovation.
Working with nature to produce the best possible vegetables that you can, harnessing the sun's energy and providing all of those crops all year round.
It's not only a point of size, it's also a point of responsibility. We have a commitment with the environment.
We're looking to the future all the time. Irrigation trials to make sure we're using water in the best way possible, and methods we can use to control pests without using pesticides.
Flavour is the most important buying decision that a consumer makes, and driven through everything that we do.
I think it's all about quality, honesty and delivering a good service. We have to deliver a good service to Fresh Direct because that's what their customers expect.
It's a global partnership that's hugely important to us.
That's what drives us as a business, that's how we've built a reputation, and that's something I would hope that customers really value.
Stevie. That's beautiful. I know.
The Clipper Round the World Yacht Race on Nevis Radio. I know that looks a little bit boring because it's just a plug and a cable. However, I need it. You need it too. In fact, everyone needs it. And it's not just the plug that we're on about here, we're on about the things inside the plug, namely the electricity. We caught up with one of the sponsors from SSEN about what they do to make sure that you and I can turn the kettle on. And I found James McCall from SSEN. Good afternoon, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. It's great to be in Oban today.
Indeed. Now, obviously, being in Scotland, I know what SSEN stands for, but for people that maybe not from Scotland watching this on our YouTube channel, what is SSEN?
SSEN is Scottish Southern Electricity Networks. I work for transmission, so we are responsible for the transmission network in Argyll and Bute.
Okay, so in short, the wires that come to my house.
Yes.
Sounds good. So where's the connection between that and yachts?
So we've been working in Argyll and Bute for the last 10 years or so, reinforcing the transmission network, and we've been really strong partners with Argyll and Bute Council, and they introduced us to this Clipper race. So we were really keen to get involved to kind of showcase what Argyll and Bute can do for the local community and Oban.
Okay, so obviously you're saying there's a lot of work going on around Argyll and Bute. I'm guessing this is the laying of transmission lines, power pylons, all that kind of stuff, is it?
Yes, it is, yeah. So we're doing a lot of investment in Argyll and Bute Council around the whole of Scotland, but in particular Argyll and Bute Council. We're here to reinforce the network. Obviously you've got all the islands as part of Argyll and Bute, so we're trying to reinforce the transmission and also the distribution networks for resilience. So when you've got the bad storms, the towers stay up. Also, we think Argyll and Bute is going to be the kind of forefront for going towards the pathway to 2030 for renewable energy. So we think that this is a massive event for us to get involved to showcase what we're doing in Argyll.
Okay, that makes sense. I know with ourselves up at Nevis, we kind of speak to the SSE guys that do similar work up where we are, and a lot of them are saying that the lines need upgraded, and to the average person, we haven't got a clue what that means. But I think one of them explained electric cars have got something to do with it because they need more power in the houses. Is that the kind of thing?
It's kind of, yes. So there's two different aspects. We work for SSEN Transmission. So we deal with all the big towers, so to speak.
Okay.
So that's in all the wind farms and all they actually tie into the network, the transmission. But as you talk about, for everybody's getting a wee bit more reliant on EV car chargers, so that's more distribution. So we'll build the transmission lines to make sure the electricity can get down to the distribution to then feed the electrical cars.
Okay, right. So I think I understand. So basically, you're in control of the side that does from the power stations to us.
Effectively, yes.
Just slowly getting the hang of it. So obviously you mentioned there about being in Oban Argyll. Renewable energy is quite a big one. You've got Cruachan not far away, and you've also probably got a handful of wind turbines, I'm sure, in the hill somewhere. I take it the idea is to try and get all this connected so when, like you say, there is bad weather, it doesn't stop.
Correct, that's exactly what it is. It's to help with the resilience, because there's a lot of old transmission lines that are maybe 60 years old. So we are trying to refurbish them and reinforce the network so there isn't any blackouts over the bad periods.
Okay, yeah, I'm learning a load this week about loads of things. So in terms of the Clipper event this week, you mentioned there the council sort of brought you in as a sponsor. Have you been out on a yacht yet?
No, I'm out this afternoon at 1 o'clock, so I'm out in one of these boats by my side here. Not sure how it's going to go, to be honest. I was out in a dinghy a couple of years ago and I got sick, so going out in one of these could be fairly interesting.
We were lucky enough to go out the other day. It wasn't too bad, but take your arms because they might make you hoist some sails, and they're heavy.
Okay, well, I could fall in then, so this could be quite an interesting one.
No, not at all. You should be fine. The crew are very good. So I guess without sponsors like yourselves, events like this coming to areas are very, very difficult to do. So I think on behalf of everyone within the organisational team, I'm sure they'll have a personal thanks to you. But I say without that, people like us can't come here and report on it. So thank you very much for sponsoring Clipper this year.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Big thank you to SSEN for sponsoring this event in Oban for the Clipper Round the World Yacht Race. Now, earlier today we actually caught up with one of the crew from the Great Ormond Street Hospital charity yacht. So let's hear from Mike. So looking around the teams of the Clipper Yachts, one that we've not actually had a chat to yet is Team GOSH, which I believe stands for the Great Ormond Street Hospital. And we're joined today with Mike, who sailed on this one. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Unbelievable, actually, yeah.
I promise it's like this all the time.
It's not like this all the time because I live on the east side, so I know what it's like.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no, I think it was a day before you guys arrived. This all changed because we've had like this constant rain, but it's been like this all week, so it's been lovely as well.
Stunning.
So, Team GOSH, Great Ormond Street Hospital. How's it been for you?
Fantastic from start to finish, and that's from signing up 4 years ago to being here today. I can't complain.
Okay, so 4 years ago you had the idea to do this?
I had the idea when I was 15, and then I found out about Clipper, and at the back end of my career it was time to do it before I got too old, so time to sign up, and I signed up 4 years ago, yeah.
You could say it's probably a lifelong dream bucket list thing then?
100%, yeah. One of my big bucket list items that I never thought I'd get around to, but thankfully I have now, yeah.
That's what it's all about. Live life, live your dreams, isn't it?
100%, yeah. And some dreams, if you put them off, you've left it too long. And this one, I've just about caught it right. It's been right in the sweet spot for ending my career and starting retirement.
Good stuff. So career-wise, what was it you did before?
I was a navigator with the Air Force for 23 years. Used to fly jets, so that was all good fun, but very different to this. Slightly different speed, obviously.
That's very high octane, to be honest, and this is very low octane.
No, they're both high octane.
All right, okay.
They're just in completely different ways, and they're both, I would say, equally rewarding and equally challenging. Just because you're doing 15 knots doesn't mean it doesn't feel like you're doing 1,000 knots. You know, it can be full on.
Admittedly, yeah. I mean, we've been shown some footage, and I look at it and go, I don't know. And then other parts, I go, yeah, that looks really nice. So, yeah. I mean, from the experience you've had, where did you start the journey with the yacht?
So, if you're talking about sailing, I started sailing with the Air Force probably about 25 years ago, and got some of my basic certificates. And you think you can sail, and then you come to Clipper, and you do week one and go, no, this is a slightly different level. And then you go through the training, and at each stage they improve you. We call it zero to hero. You know, if you heard that term. We've got people in the crew who have never sailed before, and now they're astonishingly good sailors, and they just know the boat, and you can see them moving. And if there's a job to be done, they'll see it before it's even been mentioned. So we're all like that. We all get taken from a degree of uncertainty and discomfort on the boat to semi-professional sailors. You know, in that we're not dangerous, and we all know how to support each other as a team. So for me, 25 years ago started sailing, 4 years ago signed up for Clipper, 2 years ago started my training. You go through the 4 stages of training, and I joined in Washington DC for this particular race.
Okay, so you left Washington, you came over here through the Atlantic.
Yep.
How's that?
Stunning, just like you expect it to be. I mean, but certain things kind of catch you out. So dolphins, for example, you know, you always want to see a dolphin. I want to see dolphins by the front of the boat, but then after day 6 you've seen dolphins every single day and they become slightly less interesting. And then you see a basking shark. So there's always something that sort of keeps your interest going, and there's always an aspect of it that surprises you. And then eventually you get your first landfall. Now, I've never had a landfall in a boat, and after 2 weeks at sea, it's fabulous, and Scotland didn't disappoint, I'll tell you that much.
I must admit, I did ask a couple of the other crew members what was it like to see land for the first time. I guess when you look around out in the middle of the ocean, you can't see nothing. It must feel quite isolated.
It does, yeah. And eventually, after about day 2, the boats disappear. You know, we all kind of sit as a pack. So day 2 to 3, the number of boats you can see goes from 10 to 5, and then to 2, and then eventually just 1 that was ahead of us. And we raced them for about 24, 48 hours before we sailed through them. Something that Gosh seems to do very well, if you don't mind me saying so. And then you're on your own, and you're on your own for days, and it's a bit like Groundhog Day. But that's the endurance part of the test. Is you just have to get up every day, get on with what you're doing, do it really well, and wait for land to appear, which eventually it did, albeit fleetingly. You know, through the mist, like you expect with Scotland. So a little bit of land, then another little bit of land, and then suddenly it cleared, and you get this, and it was stunning.
Good stuff. Now, you mentioned there you sailed through all the other teams. I haven't fully understood how the scoring of the yacht race works, but I believe your team has won.
We've won officially now, so it's been announced. But in a nutshell, 10 boats, and if you come first, you get 10 points, and that rattles down to last place, 1 point. So that's the standard scoring per leg, and then each leg's got a scoring gate. You get 3 points for a scoring gate. If you're the first one through, 2 points and 1 point. Only the first 3 boats get scored. And then you've got a sprint, and if you're the fastest boat over the sprint, you'll get 3 points again. So our boat, I think there's 11 races they've had so far, and there's the 12th one now to Portsmouth. So of the 11 races, we've won 7. which means that we've got a lead at the top that can't really be overtaken. And subject to doing reasonably well on the Portsmouth race, we'll set the new record as well for points. As a team, the gang have done extraordinarily well. It's been an astonishing achievement.
Impressive stuff. So obviously, if you've still got a record on the line, you're not going to be taking it easy at Portsmouth either.
It's not the team culture. We never take it easy. Not in the galley, not cleaning the toilets. Everything we do is 100% because it's the way the team has been set up as a culture. Is no blame, complete respect, complete trust. So we trust everybody to do their jobs, whatever they are, to the very best of their ability. I'm sure all of the other crews do as well, but there's an intangible there that just makes Gosh supremely successful.
Well, the one thing we have picked up through the week is the general need for teamwork needs to be tight 100% of the time, which I guess they say what teamwork makes the dream work, I guess.
Yeah, and all teams will have slightly different nuances, I'm sure, but we're very lucky in that we've got a very young team. Ollie and Otto, they're best of mates. I'm sure they have their disagreements, but they do all that in private about tactics or whatever. But on the boat, they're 100%. And one of the things you do notice on the boat is if we call them evolutions. If you're changing a sail, it's an evolution. So if there's an evolution ongoing, everybody goes straight to their jobs and just gets on with it quietly. But Ollie and Otto are always there in the mix. So you've got that degree of confidence because they're the two professional sailors. So if there is something you're just not sure about, they're right there. They'll answer your question and they'll sort out the issues. But that doesn't mean they do everything. The crew does everything. For example, of the 22 people on board, I know at least 19 of us were on the helm on the last leg. So it's absolutely a team effort.
Totally. I was going to ask actually. So obviously people have different jobs on the yacht. Yeah. Do you all take a turn at everything, or is there things that maybe one person's a bit more specialised at?
Pretty much once you're on board, everybody has a turn on everything. So there are some jobs like, if I take, for example, victualling, which is supplies, food and whatnot.
I've learned so many new words this week.
Yeah. I can't even spell it, but victualling. And our victualler does a tremendous job and he's on point, but 2 or 3 of us will always help him on each stopover. And, if he gets it wrong and we're on board and something's missing, the finger's going to be pointed, but not in a negative way. It's just that you know who's on point for that task. But once you're at sea, every job cycles. So whether you're a navigator or a cleaner or down in the galley, everybody takes their turn. And some jobs are slightly better than others. Nobody likes going down in the bilges and pumping, but it's got to be done. So you just get on with it. Yeah.
Quite right. And the yacht itself, Great Ormond Street Hospital yacht, I guess they're all obviously sponsored by various folk. Is that the sponsor, or is there a different reason?
It's the sponsor, but it actually comes down to one guy in the team specifically. You've had these links with Great Ormond Street Hospital. Long story, we don't need to go into that. And he set up this sponsorship. And actually, we were the last boat to get named. And I don't know if that's contributed to the culture at all, but as the last boat to be named, as soon as they said you're Great Ormond Street Hospital, there was the whole team were just absolutely delighted because it's such a fantastic cause, and what they do at the hospital. I've been down before I joined the boat, and I was given a tour by the guys, and some of their work down there is absolutely extraordinary in their R&D department. It's mind blowing what they're doing for next generation science and medicine.
Indeed, and I know the race itself, it does raise some money for UNICEF as well, I believe.
We do, yeah. We raise money for UNICEF. That's obviously the race charity, so that's our primary sponsorship, but as a sideline, as a crew, we're raising money for Great Ormond Street, and it's just as motivating as raising money for UNICEF. We're the only crew with 2 charities that we try and support, and I suspect I'll be raising money for Great Ormond Street Hospital for many years in the future, as will many of us on the crew.
Top stuff, very worthy cause indeed. Yeah. And heading towards departure day on Sunday, which I don't know, what day is it today? Thursday. So you've got a few more days left in Oban. Any plans?
Well, I've got my parents coming in from the east side of Scotland. Okay. They're coming in today, my sister and my brother-in-law. So I'll spend a bit of time with them. Haven't seen them for a bit, so it'd be nice to catch up. And frankly,
they'll be getting a bit of warmth actually, because it's cold on the east side, I'm told.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, and it's not like this. We're not used to this, especially 7 days of it. It's madness. But no, they'll love it. And to be honest, this is as glorious as I've ever seen the West Coast looking, and I've been here many times. This is memorable and probably a lifetime type experience being in Oban with weather like this for sure. Yeah.
Definitely. And when you got the family, are you going to give them a bit of a tour on the yacht?
They'll get a private tour. Yeah.
Quite
show
right.
them my bunk. Yeah, so they can see the idiocy of what I've been doing for the last 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, they'll love it. And for my parents who are sort of around 90 in age, coming on board this will be a fabulous experience. I know they'll love it.
I'm sure they'll love it. Yeah. Totally. I know we did when we got a look about. So for people that may be watching and thinking, maybe I should have a go, I'm a bit of an adventurer, what would you say?
Well, look, if you're a bit of an adventurer, don't think about having a go, just get on with it. Genuinely, I say that because you'll never look back and say, oh, I wish I hadn't done that, or that was a waste of money, or, I should have done something different. If you're into adventure, believe me, this will challenge you, and you will come away with friends for life, number one. Guarantee that, because there are some extraordinary people on the boat, and that's been probably the biggest takeaway I've had. But you'll have friends for life. You'll expand your network of interesting people. You'll definitely challenge yourself, and you will definitely come out a much better sailor. You'll probably take up the sport for life if you're new to it, I suspect.
So you got a boat lined up already, or?
No, I'm working on that. When I go home, maybe I've got to get the missus to agree to that, but we'll see.
Yeah. Quite right. Well, thank you very much for your time, and good luck for your last leg, and enjoy.
Thank you very much, and as I say, it's been absolutely fantastic to be here. I hope to come back soon.
Thanks. The Clipper Round the World Yacht Race on Nevis Radio. The Clipper Round the World Yacht Race on Nevis Radio. Unsure if you can see what we're looking at here, but there's a school of fish and a little crab swimming in the water. Earlier on this week, there was a unit in the event village looking at aquaculture and all things to do with in terms of shellfish and obviously fish farming as well. Teaching young children and also high school kids how it all works and the industry. You can find out more next. I found somewhere to sit down, and I'm joined with Hugh, and he's got air conditioning.
Yeah, no, the air conditioning has been a big highlight for people coming on board here this week.
It's a bit warm, isn't it?
It's very warm. It's been very warm all week here in Oban.
But we're loving it indeed. So, your name's Hugh, you've got a nice unit. This came on the back of a lorry. I saw it arrive, and then next thing I know, it's on the floor and it's twice the size. What's this for?
So this is the Aquaculture Remote Classroom, or ARC for short. So it's a fully expandable unit. It's the only one of its kind in Ireland. So we are a teaching classroom for social license for aquaculture in Ireland. So we focus on primary schools, and we also focus on secondary schools as well.
Okay, so educational basically.
Yeah, educational outreach essentially is what this is used for.
And also picked up from Ireland. You've come over from Ireland for this week.
Yeah, so Salmon Scotland have invited us over for the Clipper Around the World event here for the week in Oban. So we are happy to be have a partnership with them here. And yeah, we've been here to raise awareness on aquaculture, specifically salmon, mussels and oysters. And we've been hosting lots of different people on board here this week.
Awesome stuff. Now, just in case your boss is watching, it's been a very hard week for you, hasn't it? It's been a lot of busy work.
Oh, it's been a very busy week, yeah. We've been doing presentations each morning for the last 3 days, so we've had lots of industry come in. We've been flooded with questions for a couple of hours each morning, so it's been a lot of work, but it's been very enjoyable meeting different people, hosting different groups on board here, and doing a lot of community engagement as well and outreach for aquaculture.
Good stuff. Now, on the west coast of Scotland, there's a fair bit of aquaculture. I know in Fort William, where we're based, Maui's quite a big one. You've got Scottish Sea Farms not far away on the way down to Oban. You've got Barcall in there, and they've got various sites all around Scotland. So my take on aquaculture is salmon farming, but you mentioned there about oysters, mussels. There's many different forms of aquaculture.
Yeah, there's lots of different forms. So sometimes people hear aquaculture and think it's salmon farming, but there's also a lot more to it as well. So we focus on finfish like salmon, but we also focus on shellfish like oysters and mussels, and some countries focus heavily on seaweed as well as your plant species. So salmon is a big one between Ireland and Scotland. We have lots of Maui farms within Ireland as well, and they're a massive company that do quite a lot for communities around the western coast. But once again, we do focus quite heavily on shellfish. Mussels and oysters are highly important into Ireland.
Okay, and you mentioned how you're getting kids of a primary school age involved in that. Why is it important to get kids of that age involved in aquaculture?
Well, at that age, it's a perfect age, so we teach between the ages of 10 to 12, and it's brilliant because they're very curious about everything. There's brilliant interaction. We have a 4.5-hour workshop, which nearly turns into a very fun day out for everyone involved. So there's great interaction between the students and between ourselves, but it's important that they know about aquaculture because it's a sustainable way to produce food, especially with a growing population throughout Ireland, throughout the UK, but also throughout the world as well.
And I guess doing it in a sustainable, sensible way.
Yeah, doing it in a sustainable, sensible way, just to meet, to help with global food security. So it's a sustainable way to produce food for a growing population, and within Ireland, within Scotland, we focus heavily then on our mussels, oysters, salmon, with mussels and oysters being a very important one because they're able to help clean coastal waters, and especially helping farming salmons providing a food source for a population. Salmon is the most popular seafood in the entire planet, so we're still providing that as a sustainable food source as well.
Okay, so I guess it's more of an education of not only the industry, but how to do that in a sustainable manner, but also I guess there's probably a bit of green education there in terms of ecology, net zero, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we focus heavily. So one lesson out of our 6 is focused primarily on sustainability. So we will focus on how the children themselves can be sustainable first off. Then we show a picture of the dodo bird, which all the children know would have never seen before. So we show what unsustainability can do in the past to animals around the world. But then we focus on how they can be sustainable at a bigger level. Being as a consumer, maybe looking at food labels such as MSC, ASC, but also looking at global sustainability with the Sustainable Development Goals, which we find as well many students, even at that age, know what these are, and they're very important global goals for helping sustainable development throughout the planet.
Okay, no, that's cool. And I guess the idea is, I guess you travel around, hence the reason this is on a lorry, to different communities to kind of showcase the idea?
Yeah, so we travel all around the coastline of Ireland. So our primary regions will be the north, south and western coast of Ireland, with some areas along the east as well being dominant for aquaculture. That would be the main focus, but we have had over 700 schools applied for a visit for the Ark over the course of the project's lifetime. So we are starting to move from the coastal areas to more inland Ireland as well, considering that inland Ireland you're only about an hour to an hour and a half away from the coastline in any direction you're in.
That's nice on a summer's day, I would imagine.
That's a very nice thing, especially this weather.
And obviously you're talking about the education of the aquaculture sort of industry as well. Is it the kind of thing that can maybe introduce a young person into the industry and think of it as a career as well as just something to be mindful of?
Yeah, so that's where we focus with the secondary schools. So we offer a different program for them. We offer 1 hour long presentations inside the Ark here, where we talk about different careers available in the seafood industry, especially highlighting aquaculture, but then the different pathways into these industries as well. So we'll look at apprenticeships, we'll look at training opportunities, and we'll look at third level education as well. So it's a really interactive way for us to be able to provide information to these young students and to promote careers within aquaculture in their own local areas.
It's a very cool project initiative, and I say it's a very cool unit as well, quite literally. And where do you head from here?
So from here we'll be heading back to Dublin later on. We're getting ferry across, and then we will be off the road for a few weeks until we are going down to Cork City for the presidency of the Council for the EU in the end of July. Then in August we'll be in Galway County on the west coast, so we will be attending some cultural festivals along there until we start off once again first week September on our usual school trips. So once we start back in September we'll be on the road every week up until Christmas holidays.
Awesome stuff. Well, do come back to Scotland. I'd like to have a little go with some things.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We'd love to come back, and hopefully we'll get a chance to return in the near future.
Thanks for your time. Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much.
It's been a bit of a busy Friday, so it's just nice to get a bit of a sit down. We're out here on the end of the pontoons. There's a bit of a breeze, but I'm keeping my top on. Bit sunburnt, as you might have already seen. However, looking towards tomorrow for Saturday, if you want to come down and get involved down in Oban, you've got a few things going on. Oban Sailing Club are holding a regatta. I imagine that'll be out on the bay as well. That should look pretty spectacular. The Rockfield Centre in Oban Town itself will be having their annual Charities Day with basically all of the local charities and organisations in and around Oban coming to take part and show off what they do and what they're all about. So you could maybe learn some things there. If you fancy something a little bit more Scottish, in Tainault, outside of Oban, it's probably about 15, 20 miles outside, maybe even just 15. they have the Highland Games going on there from 1 p.m. You can check that out as well. But if you fancy just to wander about and to pick up some Highland produce, there will be a food market in Stafford Street, as there has been throughout the whole week as well. Hopefully you've enjoyed our Friday footage. For tomorrow though, for Saturday, it's going to be our last recorded programme like this. We're going to be having a look at a few more technical things, such as ropes, clothing and other things that go on a yacht. We'll catch you then. Have a good one. The Clipper Round the World Yacht Race on Nevis Radio.